Hey guys, how you doing? This is JP Saricolia coming to you once again with another episode of my podcast, Age of Heroes. And today I just want to talk about a celebration that I just have to go through yesterday. The big 4-0. I turned 40 years old yesterday, and it was a blast. I had to work, so I went to work. Everybody at work was very nice about it. So I had a good time at work. Come home, of course, spend time with my wife and my daughter. It's pretty much all I wanted to do, and I did some gaming at the end of the night. So I went to bed, really late. Of course, I spoke with my mother. She gave me a call, and my father as well. So, it was fun. And a lot of people in social media, Facebook particularly, send me a lot of congratulations. So it was a great, great day. I want to say something. I want to really share this. I've been looking forward to this date. I think for the past year, I've been thinking about it. At some point early this year, I had some medical issues that I didn't know I had. I ended up in the hospital, and they discovered that I do have an enlarged heart. So I think I probably shared this before. I'm not so sure. Came to know that I have a medical condition from birth, and actually came to find out that my father has it too, and my brother does too. So definitely really put everything into perspective in my life. I got to the point that I realized that the path that I was walking in, or the direction of my life, was not the most secure, not the most healthy of habits in my life, particularly due to my job and the type of work I do. I have to be sitting down on a desk pretty much all day, talking to customers all day. I'm not as active as I used to be. I used to be, when I was younger, of course, like 20 years ago, I used to be very, very active. I was very slim. I love the outdoors. I was always biking or hiking or doing all kind of physical activities. Of course, over time, you get married, you settle down, and you start, doing more like, a more business-like type of to work where, you have to deal with customers, and you have to be on the phone, you have to be on the computer, and that takes a toll, physical toll. So really that brought me into perspective. Part of me had to start taking, high blood pressure medication and all that stuff, which it was a pain because I hate medication. I hate to take medicine. And also made me feel so weird. So I ended up going to a specialist and, doing all the treatments, and I had to take this out, take that out. And, all of that, sometimes when you go to a doctor, they just really kind of push. They give you something kind of like a Band-Aid to the problems instead of just kind of directing your life. But it was a young doctor, actually, that I had the opportunity to see. This young doctor, he refused to give me some medication, and he said, I think, you can change this because you're still young, and by changing your lifestyle, being more active, working this, eating better on this and this areas, stop drinking coffee and all that kind of stuff. So really that to me really brought me to the attention that, there's ways that you can control that. And also have to started to think about the pressures in my life, the stress, with my work, my job, and my life, and the things that I do. Also, we went through some challenges at home as a family. All that we've been dealing with that for since last year. So it was a tough time, really all of that was taking a toll, physical, spiritual, emotional. And that really prompted me to really think through and to see inside and start looking for answers. That was the most important thing. I think sometimes when things go wrong in our lives, we look for answers outside. And sometimes the answers are inside. We have to look inside, and we have to pay attention to how we feel about certain things. And we have to ask ourselves, are we going on the right path? Are we satisfied? Are we happy with the outcome? Are we satisfied? And then answering those questions really came to find out that there I have a lot of questions in my life, things in my heart that I wasn't happy about my work life. I wasn't happy about my family life, about the way my life was going. So the answer to all that was, I need to change. I need to change my thinking. I need to change my spiritual walk. I need to change the way I'm going. And through all of that, of course, I've been going, and I think I've been blessed by the situation. I didn't see it as a bad thing. I can tell you this, I was a bit depressed when that happened. I was really depressed because I was thinking, man, it's pretty much, I'm very young and I'm just going to die soon, or I'm going to have a heart attack. Because that's what kind of like have a mini heart attack, or, and I said, I don't want to go through this path. I don't want to just end up, dying in a couple of years because I haven't taken care of myself. So that really prompted me to start looking for answers and in directions of what I want to do with my life. What is it that is causing all of this stress and all this pain, and what I want to do? And and all this perspective and all these points was really came to the conclusion that I need to follow my path. I need to follow my personal dreams. So the things that I thought 20 years ago or prior to that, that I wanted to do with my life. And I haven't had the chance, of course, because life has brought me to the place that I'm in. So, and through all this path and through all this walk, I came to the conclusion to restart over, particularly now that I get to the 40 years old. Now it's a new season of my life. It's closing a chapter from the last 20 years and my type of work that I do, the life that I do, and welcoming the next 20, welcoming the next season of my life, the next chapter, pursuing the things that I wanted to do, to help other people. Back in, when I was young, I wanted to travel. I wanted to visit the world. I wanted to help people. When I was very young, I wanted to be actually a missionary. I wanted to go to places in the world and help people in need and in countries in poverty and all that. And all of that's still there, because of life, I wasn't able to do all the things that I wanted to do when I was young and, I became a Christian, early in my life, I wanted to preach to people the gospel, and I wanted to talk to people. I wanted to share the love of Christ from my person, in a human way. To do it, realistically, not just to simply preach like some people do. They think it's just about going into a pulpit and preaching, but to teach and love people and care for people. And that was my dream 20 years ago. And I decided to, that I wanted to continue doing that. Of course, life has changed and things have changed. And now we live in a different world. And I feel that even social media has taken a big part of what we are, and we can reflect ourselves. And I believe in social media and the power to reach out to people and to help people and to love people and to care for people. And not only that, to share, wisdom and, to have a good time. I feel that this is a great way to communicate. And I appreciate every person that watches my videos. I know you come here because maybe you are also burdened like I've been, for a lot of things in life. And, comic books or statues or collectibles or talking about video games and all of that. It becomes escape, an opportunity to entertain ourselves, to put aside all the worries of the world and just, to have some fun. And, and I feel that in that room, in that area, there's place for us to care for people, to love people without being religious, without being just, like pinpointing things in life that you need to do this or you need to do that, but to care for people in a very meaningful way. And I love what I do here. And that's one of the things that, I prompted me to say, I need to grow my channel. And that's the reason why you have seen my channel growth for the past months, with more content and videos of different things and experiments that might not pan out in the end, but things that I'm trying to do. And also, like I've mentioned in previous videos and previous episodes of this podcast, my plans to next year to go full throttle on it, to go live completely on this, to depend on it and to do daily content and to use my imagination, to use my talents to make it grow and to make it more interesting for everyone. So this is the point where I'm at in my life. I'm so blessed. I'm grateful for this anniversary of my life, to come to this chapter of my life. But I'm still I have this hunger. I'm still hungry for the next 20, for the next season and what's next. And that's the question that I'm asking right now, and that's the situation where I'm at. And I'm blessed. I'm thankful for this time, but also, there's maybe a little bit of fear, thinking about what will be next. But mostly, I think is that wonder or asking myself the questions, and I really I'm wondering and I'm thinking, and what would be, the next 20 years of my life? What would be the next step or next season for this channel on YouTube, or for my podcast, or for any other experiment that I want to do? I want always to write. When I was younger, I loved to write. I wanted to go back to writing. I want to go back to create stories and share those stories, and to help build people up, to help people, and that's something that I feel that this is my calling in life, and is something that is pushing. I'm being pushed to that. So I want to thank you. If you are, you're my friend on Facebook, I want to say thank you for taking the time to to congratulate me. And I have a lot of friends and a lot of my good friends, that I have met through this, because through this channel, I have met a lot of friends, good friends now. And, thank you for your kind words, and thank you for your taking the time to, listen to my podcast, to watch my videos, and, taking the time just to post on my Facebook, page, or on my Facebook profile. So I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. So, what about you? Are you in a new season of your life? Are you thinking about changing things up? Are you planning? Do you feel that you're stuck in where you're at? And, share your how you feel about things. I would like to have this conversation with you. We all human, and we all have moments of ups and downs, and sometimes physical problems, or sometimes our health problems can cause us to really rethink and reevaluate where we at. So, it's part of being a human. So once again, thanks for watching, and thanks for listening to the podcast. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. And leave your comments below. That supports this channel. Also, if you want to listen to the podcast, you can find the links below. You can download it on iTunes. You can go to your Android too, and you can download it there as well. Share that podcast so more people can listen to it. So once again, thank you, and God bless you. I'll talk to you again. Bye bye.